Third reactor, roll off.
What's going on, Reactor Rights? And welcome back for another review, which this is actually supposed to be the last review for the Arrow, but then we kind of might change plans on that. So if you guys aren't familiar with the channel, we review a lot of the CW shows, basically the Berlanti universe.
The Berlanti universe.
Yeah,
and then our favorite one is The Flash. And then the one that I thought was going to be like super cheesy and dumb, Supergirl, but it actually, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the show so far, and Kara's struggle to find herself.
Mm-hmm. And then you also got Legends of Tomorrow.
It's,
yeah. And somehow the show that started it all, like, just dropped down the list, dropped down the ranking. This is just our personal tastes. You know, I know there's fans out there that like the show. So, you know, this season not being what we've liked the most as far as, like, you know, how the show's been in, like, the last two seasons.
Yeah.
We're kind of thinking of ending it and just kind of like, you know, we just won't review the show anymore because we don't like coming on here and bashing the show or saying, you know, negative things about the show. And there's people that like it and they're like, oh, why don't you guys like the show? So it was really hard.
It's really hard because we're not enjoying the show as much, and we're not enjoying doing the review as much. But watching tonight's episode completely turned everything upside down. I'm like, I was ready to just bash everything, but here I don't know what they did, but I guess either the director or the writer, both of them together, they're perfect together for this episode. This story, it's no more Damien Dark. I've never been a fan of the Damien Dark storyline in the fourth season for this. Uh-huh. It's focused on a new villain, villain of the week, or maybe a villain of the potential episode. It's Calculator. Cheesy name, yes, I know it. And then you also have the storyline between there's Katana, and then there's the flashback scenes. The flashback scenes now have a purpose, because now Oliver Queen, he sees a vision of Shadow, the one that died in the previous season, and Shadow is just pretty much telling him, you know what? You need to get away from Amanda Waller. You need to get away from Argus. You need to focus on trying to get back into, Starling City. And now we start to see the foundation of him, going to build himself up so that he can go back to Starling City.
Complete turnaround. I was shocked. I was really like, I didn't understand what I was seeing on the screen, because this is completely opposite what we've seen from the previous episodes. And, you know, one of the things that we constantly talk about is how, you know, they've been dragging on a lot of these storylines.
Damien Dark.
Damien Dark, you know, Thea.
The flashback scenes.
The flashbacks. And it's like, it's now in this one episode, they just kind of like, okay, we're bringing them to the forefront. Stuff is going to actually happen in the episode. Like, before it was just kind of like a nagging thing in the background.
Yeah.
But now the show's moving forward.
Yeah, there's so many things that's moving forward. For example, like Thea is finally catching up to her bloodlust. The only reason why it was delayed because she hurt Damien Dark, or Damien Dark grabbed her and took a piece of that, and now she's injured. She's like, she looks like she's about to die. She's getting super sick, and then we see the return of Roy Harper. Yeah. He's back, and I'm excited to see Roy Harper back, because like I kind of miss him. It's like, wow, why does he have to go? But he's back, and he's helping out Team Arrow again after, the Calculator was trying to out him.
Yeah, like I guess he had found out who, you know, Roy Harper is, and, you know, he said he knew that by exposing that Roy Harper is alive, it undoes what they did when, remember, they had already Oliver arrested. So, yeah. You know, if he's alive, then that, you know, negates that he's the green, or he's Arrow and Oliver's, you know, Arrow, so it would completely undo that. Yeah. So he can't be seen. Yeah. So that's why he chooses Roy Harper. But, you know, that whole storyline, and then the chase scene, like we've been very critical of Arrow's action, and in this episode it's like for the most part it's flawless. Like there's a lot of good shots and a lot of like just good stunt work, and it's just kind of like, where has this been for like the last couple episodes?
Yeah, because we miss the stuff from season 1 and 2. Like season 1 and 2 of Arrow, like great, especially season 2 with Deathstroke as the bad guy. And here I like that it's focused on just more of the stuff we care about. Nisa Al Ghul, I guess she's breaking free, and she still has that vendetta against Malcolm Merlyn. She wants him dead. She teams up with Katana. First, they fight a little bit.
It was a good fight.
It was a good fight, yeah. Well, what is it? Yeah, Katrina Law, she was in Spartacus. She's believable as a fighter. And then Katana, the actress, she's believable as a fighter. So just to see them both fight, they didn't have to do like those quick shots, those quick cuts. So it's kind of like nice and slow.
Yeah,
so
it's like it's a far, like a pretty far shot, and it's just them fighting in the woods, and there's no crazy quick, cuts to try to make it seem it's more intense than it really is.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest gripes on the show is just these quick cuts to make it look like everything is going fast, but it's just the editor is trying to trick you into thinking the fight's good, because if they have like the actual raw, it might look messy. Camera shaking everywhere.
Yeah, and
not a fan of it.
Even like there was some stuff later when they bring in the team in, and even that stuff is really good. Like it's not over the top. It's not. I think one of the problems with some of the other episodes is like they're going maybe a little too far for either the actors or maybe even the stuntman. Like some of the stunts are a little too much, and like you don't have to be too over the top. Like we talked about it in Agent Carter. Like she doesn't do backflips. She doesn't do triple somersaults. Being Haley Atwell, but it looks grounded and it looks believable.
Yeah, she just does what's like very effective, and being very effective is cool. The raid, like you don't have to do crazy flips. As long as it looks like it hurts, it's fine. And there's this one scene where Oliver Queen, he jumps from this one area onto like a moving truck, and I was like, that's really Stephen Amell as Oliver Queen jumping. It's like, okay, that's cool. I gotta like give that man props for that. But yeah, overall, the most of it, the action scenes, I enjoyed it. The drama. Oh, the drama. Roy Harper, he's coming back, and then there's Thea Queen. And they used to be, lovebirds. And after the episode, Roy Harper has to leave again because if his identity is revealed, then, like what you said, it's all gonna go to shit again. But here, you can see that he doesn't want to leave. He wants to be with Thea. And they're both tearing up. And I'm just like right there like, oh, God. Wow.
Yeah,
I missed that.
It's believable.
Yeah.
Like in that one moment, you're like, because I for a second I was like, wait, what? And then you're like, oh my God, that's right. When he left, he didn't tell Thea. Like he didn't even say goodbye. And so it's like they're meeting again at the same time. She's close to dying, and then he has to leave her again. And then the whole thing of her is just like, go have a happy life. Like just. I want you to get married. I want you to have kids, and just like basically forget about me and forget about, this and the arrow and everything. And it was just like, wow.
It's a touching moment, but I don't think it would have the same effect of Thea dying, saying that to Oliver Queen. Have a happy life. It's like, no, I still gotta save people in Star City.
Yeah, and also the whole Malcolm Merlyn and Oliver Queen. Like it's now like they're on the same page. Like before it was always Oliver, who's always very whatever protective of Thea, and he's always very defensive when it comes to Malcolm Merlyn.
Yeah.
And on this episode, you see that they're on the same level. They all want what's both best for Thea, and they want her to choose her own life. Like what does Thea want to do? And it's like so refreshing, like just so different. Like there's no the bickering. They could have done a whole episode of just like. She should do this, Oliver. And it's like we've done that. Yeah,
it's just like I'm not a fan of those bickerings where they're just finding an excuse for these tensions that feels forced. This just feels natural. None of this whole like every single misstep they would argue about. So the calculator, not really the best of villains. But it's kind of cool where he's going toe to toe with Felicity because Felicity says. Because Felicity. Okay, so the calculator is pretty cool. Like he's a hacker, and you got Felicity, who's another hacker. They're like hacking each other, and they have these voice modulators, so they're trying to trick each other. Like, who's going to be the one to come out on top? And in the end, pretty much, Team Arrow defeats the calculator and his plans. So of course the calculator is going to be mad, and he shows up at one of the meetings for Palmer Technologies, and there Felicity, she's presenting a new power cell that can power up a whole building, and the calculator was there, and you're like, ooh, crap. He's like right there in the middle of things, and he's like, what does he say to Oliver Queen?
Oh, what does he say? Wait.
Like, she's something.
Oh, she sure is something, right? Like, yeah, like he's just kind of like, wow, yeah, she's something, right?
Yeah. And then at the end, when he shows up and he's standing next to Felicity, you're thinking, oh shit, something's gonna happen. She's like, Dad? And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't even see it coming. I don't know the calculator story, like whatever that villain, but I didn't see it going there. And then you got this whole other story with Nessa, and like she shows up, and you know we've seen her kind of talking to Katana, and this whole thing about the Lotus. What is the Lotus? We don't know. And she shows up. Thea's in the hospital. She's basically not looking good. She's in a coma. You know, run out of options. You know, does Oliver go to talk to Damien Dark? She shows up and basically says that she has a cure. Like, she has something that can help Oliver, but she'll only do it if he kills Malcolm Merlin.
Yeah, and it's such a great setup because at near the end of the episode, Malcolm and Oliver, they came to an understanding. They shook each other's hands. They shook their hands. They're friends.
Like, it was like that's like we're on the same page now, and it's like, all right, yeah. And now it's like, what does he do? What's going on?
So save Thea or have her die. You know, like piss off. So save Thea, kill Malcolm Merlin, or not save Thea, and then Malcolm Merlin's your best bud.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Great overall. Just take away that this has been our favorite episode so far this season.
Yeah.
I hope they continue. So the director was named is Kevin Fair. He's done a lot of stuff with Smallville, and then some of the other the writers for this episode have also been in the series before, and they've been in like other whatever Berlanti stuff as well. Is Speedweed and Beth Schwartz. So those three people. Those are like the holy trinity. Like,
I'm just hoping
keep them together.
I'm just hoping it's not a fluke. Maybe they've done episodes together before,
Uh-huh.
but something magical happened in this episode, and I want more of that, and I want it to continue, and I want to have more faith in the Arrow, and I just want to keep watching it.
Yeah, because I mean, we talked about this in other episode reviews. We didn't even do one last week because we just didn't want to. Why bother? Why would we even talk to you about a show that we don't believe in or we don't like? Like, we're not gonna do that. It's no matter what, we get stuff to review. We're gonna tell you exactly how we feel. We're gonna just be unbiased and just like, hey, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. Some people might like it. We don't. And here's why.
Yeah.
So with Arrow, with this episode, we really liked it. Hopefully they could keep this momentum. Like, just keep this going, because it reminded me a lot of the first season. And I remember I wasn't even watching while you guys were already on like season 2, and I was watching season 1, and I was watching it, and I was like, I think I even either talked to you or messaged you and saying like, holy crap, just from watching the first couple episodes, like they could do a legit Batman series just because of how good it was, how good the parkour was, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So tell us what you thought about the episode. I hope you liked it as much as we did.
And I don't know, let us know whether you have been enjoying the Arrow so far, and whether you disagree with our views of how season 4 is happening. And I want to talk about the Grave. So for the Grave, do you think it's Thea Queen?
Yeah, that's it. I didn't think about that until now. It's like, is it Thea? Who else could it be? Because it's definitely not Oliver or Felicity.
Yeah. Here's what I'm thinking. This is my theory. Oliver Queen in the next episode or whatever 2 episodes, he's probably gonna have thoughts like whether I should kill Malcolm Merlin. Do I really want to save Thea Queen and just kill someone? But then this is what I'm thinking. Thea Queen's gonna say, "Don't do it. Don't do it, Oliver. I don't want you to become a killer anymore. Just let me go and don't kill my father." And then that's how she's gonna die.
Yeah.
And then
but this has all to do with Damien Dark, though.
Yeah.
So, is that the reason why he kills her? That doesn't make like a good reason for him to be like, I'm gonna kill him.
Or maybe the writer is messed up again. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking so far.
They're like, just forget it. We're on we got something good on. Let's not forget about
and
that.
then maybe they might rewrite that in a future episode. But let us know your theories. Who do you think is in that grave right now?
Yeah.
Thea, Damien Dark. And then he's going to kill Damien Dark again? That sounds dumb.
Let us know what you guys thought. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for our reviews for Legends of Tomorrow, and also make sure to check out our other reviews for Agent Carter, The Flash, and of course X-Files. So until then, we see you guys next
time. See ya.